Hi, welcome to yet another one. So from talks of negotiation.
As you know, we have a massive flotilla right now going over to Iran. We'll see what happens. I think they want to make a deal. I think they'd be foolish if they didn't. We took out their nuclear power last time, and we'll have to see if we take out more this time.
You think a deal with Iran, with this current regime, would ever really stick?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I know one thing. They want to make a deal. They wouldn't talk to anybody else, but they're talking to me. But, you know, it's a good question. A lot of people say no. And I would say that I'd rather make a deal. It's got to be a good deal. No nuclear weapons, no missiles, no this, no that, all the different things that you want.
To a cry for help from Iranians.
The Islamic occupation Iranian, Buria Hamidi, recorded a video telling Trump to not make a deal with the terroristic IRGC. And shortly after recording the video, he took his own life.
If you're watching this and you're not around anymore, if you don't know, I'm from Iran. The massacre happened in the past few weeks by our government. More than 40,000 people died. I want to make this video to send a message to America and to the West in general. President Trump is going to make a deal with this regime. And he told us to keep protesting. And we did it. We trust him. To make a deal with this regime is to betray all those people who died. I beg you, do whatever you can to stop this deal. Many people say that we should take matters in our own hands, but how can you fight people with guns? I mean, it's not just the government. The government itself. Young terrorist groups, Muslim terrorist groups, to kill people. We still don't know what they did to the bodies. I'm so fortunate that they haven't got me yet, but I guess that's why I'm doing it myself.
Well, finally, it has happened.
Short time ago, the United States military began major combat operations in Iran.
Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israeli Prime Minister, has put out a statement, not as long as Donald Trump's. My brothers and sisters, citizens of Israel, a short time ago, Israel and the United States embarked on an operation to remove what he describes as the existential threat posed by the terrorist regime in Iran. He goes on to thank Donald Trump and says, for 47 years, the Ayatollah regime has been shouting death to Israel, death to America. It has spilled our blood, murdered many Americans, and massacred its own people. He says Iran must not be armed with nuclear weapons. Our joint action will create the conditions for the courageous Iranian people to take their destiny into their own hands.
We're bringing you breaking news this morning. Israel has carried out strikes against Iran. It's been very unclear since exactly what was going to happen, but today we now do have an answer that this military operation being carried out by Israel with America is now happening as we speak. Donald Trump confirming that it is a very significant operation and also speaking directly to the protesters that this is your moment for action. Do not let it pass. So we now also know that Donald Trump's objective here is potentially regime change. If you listen closely to what he was saying to Iranian protesters in that video message. And there is a lot of concern here about how Iran is going to respond.
Well, before I actually share with you the video where President Trump, his full speech and all that, there's this accurate prophecy, very, very accurate prophecy from Prophet Uebert. Listen to this.
I want to get to the Middle East. Israel and Iran, I saw escalation rhetoric. Escalation. But in that escalation, I saw America at the top of it. And I saw even Iran itself, as it were, in a star-spangled banner being given to someone.
It's been very unclear since exactly what was going to happen, but today we now do have an answer that this military operation being carried out by Israel with America is now happening as we speak. Donald Trump confirming that it is a very significant operation and also speaking directly to the protesters that this is your moment for action. Do not let it pass. So we now also know that Donald Trump's objective here is potentially regime change. If you listen closely to what he was saying.
As I saw Greenland is what I saw with Iran. So it will be like it's given overnight. It's like it's lost overnight. The strength of the Islamic regime in Iran is falling. But it won't start the way people think it will start. People will do the same mistake that they are doing with Venezuela and say oil when it's not even oil.
The Iranian regime, a vicious group of very hard, terrible people. Its menacing activities directly endanger the United States, our troops, our bases overseas, and our allies throughout the world. For 47 years, the Iranian regime has chanted death to America and waged an unending campaign of bloodshed and mass murder, targeting the United States, our troops, and the innocent people in many, many countries. Among the regime's very first acts was to back a violent takeover of the U.S. Embassy in Tehran, holding dozens of American hostages for 444 days. In 1983, Iran's proxies carried out the Marine barracks bombing in Beirut that killed 241 American military personnel. In 2000, they knew and were probably involved with the attack on the USS Cole. Many died. Iranian forces killed and maimed hundreds of American service members in Iraq. The regime's proxies have continued to launch countless attacks against American forces stationed in the Middle East in recent years, as well as U.S. naval and commercial vessels and international shipping lanes. It's been mass terror, and we're not going to put up with it any longer. From Lebanon to Yemen and Syria to Iraq, the regime has armed, trained, and funded terrorist militias that have soaked the earth with blood and guts. And it was Iran's proxy, Hamas, that launched the monstrous October 7th attacks on Israel, slaughtering more than 1,000 innocent people, including 46 Americans, while taking 12 of our citizens hostage. It was brutal, something like the world has never seen before. Iran is the world's #1 state sponsor of terror and just recently killed tens of thousands of its own citizens on the street as they protested. It has always been the policy of the United States, in particular, my administration, that this terrorist regime can never have a nuclear weapon. I'll say it again. They can never have a nuclear weapon. That is why in Operation Midnight Hammer last June, we obliterated the regime's nuclear program at Fordow, Natanz, and Isfahan. After that attack, we warned them never to resume their malicious pursuit of nuclear weapons, and we sought repeatedly to make a deal. We tried. They wanted to do it. They didn't want to do it. Again, they wanted to do it. They didn't want to do it. They didn't know what was happening. They just wanted to practice evil. But Iran refused, just as it has for decades and decades. They've rejected every opportunity to renounce their nuclear ambitions, and we can't take it anymore. Instead, they attempted to rebuild their nuclear program and to continue developing long-range missiles that can now threaten our very good friends and allies in Europe, our troops stationed overseas, and could soon reach the American homeland. Just imagine how emboldened this regime would be if they ever had and actually were armed with nuclear weapons as a means to deliver their message. For these reasons, the United States military is undertaking a massive and ongoing operation to prevent this very wicked, radical dictatorship from threatening America and our core national security interests. We are going to destroy their missiles and raise their missile industry to the ground. It will be totally, again, obliterated. We're going to annihilate their navy. We're going to ensure that the region's terrorist proxies can no longer destabilize the region or the world and attack our forces and no longer use their IEDs or roadside bombs, as they are sometimes called, to so gravely wound and kill thousands and thousands of people, including many Americans. And we will ensure that Iran does not obtain a nuclear weapon. It's a very simple message. They will never have a nuclear weapon. This regime will soon learn that no one should challenge the strength and might of the United States Armed Forces. I built and rebuilt our military in my first administration, and there is no military on earth even close to its power, strength, or sophistication. My administration has taken every possible step to minimize the risk to U.S. personnel in the region. Even so, and I do not make this statement lightly, the Iranian regime seeks to kill. The lives of courageous American heroes may be lost and we may have casualties. That often happens in war. But we're doing this not for now. We're doing this for the future. And it is a noble mission. We pray for every service member as they selflessly risk their lives to ensure that Americans and our children will never be threatened by a nuclear-armed Iran. We ask God to protect all of our heroes in harm's way, and we trust that, with His help, the men and women of the armed forces will prevail. We have the greatest in the world, and they will prevail. To the members of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard, the armed forces, and all of the police, I say tonight that you must lay down your weapons and have complete immunity, or, in the alternative, face certain death. So, lay down your arms, you will be treated fairly with total immunity, or you will face certain death. Finally, to the great proud people of Iran, I say tonight that the hour of your freedom is at hand. Stay sheltered, don't leave your home. It's very dangerous outside, bombs will be dropping everywhere. When we are finished, take over your government. It will be yours to take.
I saw America at the top of it. And I saw even Iran itself, as it were, in a star-spangled banner being given to someone. As I saw Greenland is what I saw with Iran. So it will be like it's given overnight.
This will be probably your only chance for generations. For many years, you have asked for America's help, but you never got it. No president was willing to do what I am willing to do tonight. Now you have a president who is giving you what you want. So let's see how you respond. America is backing you with overwhelming strength and devastating force. Now is the time to seize control of your destiny and to unleash the prosperous and glorious future that is close within your reach. This is the moment for action. Do not let it pass.
Emily, if you actually listen closely to Prophet Angel's prophecy, and if you listen to what is actually happening, if we're actually gearing towards, the regime change. I don't know. But Prophet Angel didn't actually say that he prophesied and said it's for 2026 and beyond. But this is just my assumption. I just feel it's about to happen in 2026. I don't really know. You see? You can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But from what we're actually seeing, what is actually going on, we are going towards the fulfillment of Prophet Angel's prophecy. I'll meet you in the next one. As always, like, share, comment, and subscribe. God bless you.